Hello, beautiful souls. My name is Aparna Sood and welcome to TBC, You and Me, to the journey of truth, bliss, and consciousness. I'm hoping your day is going well, but did you have any negative thought today? Ask yourself. Maybe just one? Running across your mind, you never know. Think about it. Did you feel a little bit low about something? Did anyone affect your inner peace? Did any action of any individual disturb your aura? Think about it for a second, just a second. Did any of this happen? If it did, definitely you had a negative thought today. In today's episode, we are trying to look into how one negative thought can change your entire day and your entire personality. By the end of this episode, you will have a deeper understanding on how to acknowledge when you are entering into this vicious circle of negative thoughts and how to get away from it. So, what are we waiting for? Let us dig deeper. Has it ever happened to you that maybe your day is going brilliant, awesome, you're loving your life, you're feeling on top of the world, and suddenly an old memory kicks in, or someone says something about your work or passes a bad comment on you? The entire aura or the happiness that you were feeling, the joy and love, goes out of the window, and all you are left with is that one thought that kicked in a fraction of seconds. Human brain and behavior is evolutionary in nature. That means the way we think or behave towards outside world has been developed this way over ages and has been passed on to generations and generations. Humans have tendency to look for negative and then hold on to it. So basically, it is okay. It is normal for you to get attracted to negative parts of a situation and see the negative side of anything you come across. That has been human nature, so it will take your efforts to change this. So basically, there were some kind of situations or maybe some kind of environment in the past of our elders or our ancestors that created this kind of behavior, that whenever we are in a situation, we are always dragged towards the negative part of it. For example, if we see a glass, you must have just heard of this half empty, half full glass story, like from ages, I'm sure, that it's up to you how you see the glass, if it is half empty or half full. Most of the time, you will see if it's half empty or not. You don't care if it's half full. So it is kind of human nature. But the point here is that, okay, I understand that there is a problem. Point is how to change it. What efforts are we talking about? Because as I said that you need to put in your time and efforts to change this behavior, to mold this behavior in the best way possible. But the efforts, what are these efforts? Let us dig deeper. To bring a change in how you think and behave, you need to bring a change in your emotional equilibrium inside you. It is a very interesting insight. I actually saw a video of Tony Robbins once, who is an American author, coach, speaker, and philanthropist. He says that your emotional state is affected by your physiology. Like, as you're outside, you will definitely have an impact on how you are inside. I can actually relate to it. Your body speaks your emotional and mental state. Like, okay, for example, like when you have done something good and you're super proud, you'll walk gleefully with broad shoulders, chest out, chin up. However, when you have done something shameful that you're ashamed of, your shoulders are down, chin down, eyes down, and there is always a sloppy walk. I am sure if you guys give yourself a minute, you can relate to it. Like, to some part of your life, you must have faced this situation. Sometimes super happy, sometimes not so happy. So our body language changes as according to our mental state. What I understand from emotional and physical well-being paradigm is that they are all interconnected. You want to work on your emotional well-being, you need to focus on your physical well-being as well. And it is vice versa. If you're focusing on your physical well-being but not taking care of your mental well-being, that's not good as well. These are pillars of your life and all needs to be in a balance. Any pillar, if it's get weak or it's shaky, others can't hold up your life. You must listen to the episode on finding balance in life of TBC You and Me to have a better understanding of it. So basically, when a negative thought comes in, first thing is to train yourself and raise your awareness that, oh, okay, my thought is going in a wrong direction. What triggered it? Sometimes there is no substantial trigger outside. It is just inside. It is your subconscious. But nothing to worry. As soon as it kicks in, tell yourself the best thing about your life and you. Now, in that state, everything seems really gloomy and some people would be like, I'm the worst. Life isn't worth it. Just due to that one thought, you will fall in the vicious circle of all other thoughts. For example, I'll tell you how I recognized it because, I have been a victim to negative thoughts and this still happens to me, but now I'm cool with it because I know how to handle it. So basically, it is not about eradicating the negative thoughts because they're part of human nature. There are two things, positive thoughts, negative thoughts. We are a blend of it. The point is how to deal with it. I guess I'll just share one of my examples with you and how I actually dealt with it. I still remember when I made my first radio show and I was in the heaven. I was like, oh my God, this is my work. I was 19, I guess, and I was super proud, so happy, and suddenly one of my relatives said to me, oh, this is not what you should spend your time on. You have so much potential. You're so good at studies. You shouldn't be focusing on this. You should be focusing on something else. And suddenly, you're going in the right direction. You can guess how I felt. All my happiness was gone. I was like, what? What did he just say? I was so happy. And this man is telling me I wasted my time and I should be focusing on something else? What does he mean? Maybe, I'm not made for it. And on. My thoughts were just grabbing me. I guess I'm not making the right decisions. Maybe I'm not aware of everything. I should be focusing somewhere else. On and on and on. At that time, I was unaware and no one told me how to deal with such situations and emotions. I am sure you would be pulled down at some point in your life by your people for having dreams that were out of the box. I don't blame the relative to tell me that I should be focusing on something else because for him, that was not good because he isn't aware of it. But I was drawn towards the negative thoughts. That was not right. And one should know how to deal with it, especially today when people are constantly pulling you down. But somehow, at that point of time, in that particular situation, I was helped. I was like, you know what? I really enjoyed it. So I'll do it anyway. I'm glad I did because trust me, those years I learned a lot and enjoyed a lot. I loved it. What I did in that situation was telling my brain the positive side of what I was doing and not looking at the negatives, which was illustrated by somebody else, to be honest. I weighed the pros and cons and that's it. Now, this is a problem of a teen. In life, we have many bigger problems as we grow. You very well know. We start to take life more seriously, which is kind of silly from my point of view. All I believe in is you are in this world for a limited time. You grow and learn. Getting serious for things that are not going to last forever doesn't make sense to me. I'm not sure about you. Does it make sense? Think about it. All you need is food, money, and shelter for survival. Rest, it is all about the wishes and expectations and demands to make this journey comfortable and fun. So negativity is the result of experiences. That's it. No need to be worried if you get one. The point here is to know how to deal with it. The more you train your brain about how you can deal with your thoughts and tell your brain the counter-satisfying answer to the negative thoughts, the more it will be trained to function like that automatically. Like in the beginning, you would be like, oh, when you're having negative thoughts, it's really hard to tell yourself it's okay. Because you're actually fighting your brain at that point of time. Your brain is telling you you're worthless and you're telling it, oh no, I mean a lot. So it will be a friction. It will take time. But once you train your brain to generate those answers, it will start working like that automatically. Having negative thoughts is a part of you. It is okay. The more you will work on it and become aware of it, the more you'll be away from it. Negative thoughts are called negative because your energy level drops with them and you feel drained because of them. So it is a kind. If you're happy with it, cool. But it will impact you deeper and deeper physically and mentally. It's science running all on hormones created with it. So in order to have better hormones to create better physical and mental health and better functioning of your life, you need positive emotions. So that's it. Let's work on how to increase them. Whenever there is a negative thought entering your head, start self-talking. Oh, whoa, no, you cannot come in. Tell it not to enter your brain. I have much better things in my life, and trust me, when I say this, everyone on this earth has something to be happy for. Even a beggar on the street will have something to be happy for. Because whenever you are grappled with these negative thoughts, you forget that how beautiful life is, how much you have to be thankful and grateful for. Everything just goes out of the window and you forget about it. Remind yourself something better in that particular situation. Sometimes when there is a negative thought generated in response to other person's behavior, that is something different. So far, it is like when you get a thought out of nowhere, but sometimes we are in a loop on negativity in life. For example, if your partner is not fulfilling your parameters of happy relationship, you will have huge negativity in that bond, and that will impact you day and night. Once you fall in the loop of negative thinking, you will face distress in all the relations in your life. You will face annoyance, anger, and frustration issues. Now, all this just because you didn't take care of the garden of your thoughts. You will eventually see there might be, some other problems in your body like digestion problems, pain in your shoulders, neck, arms. You might have some skin issues and you would be like, what's happening? All because of the seed of negative thinking. So you see how powerful it is? But not to worry, it is a small part of you, and so you can definitely work on it because you are more powerful than these thoughts. But the point is, again, how to fix it. Let me give you a few tips and steps on how you can just work around your negative thinking patterns. Step 1, acknowledge. Now the problem is again, how? Like it's very easy to say, oh, acknowledge it, but how? Whenever there is a thought that disturbs you, makes you feel uncomfortable, realize that, all right, this is a negative thought. Each of you will have different experience of this as we have different experiences and different lifestyles. For example, a situation might be very traumatic for you, but it won't be that traumatic for me. Somebody might be annoying me, but the same behavior would not annoy you. So it is different for each one of us. So you have to see what actually disturbs you. Because if there is an unrest, if you're not comfortable, you will start generating negative thoughts. And that is obvious. So just acknowledge at that time and just tell your brain, no means no. Step 2. Check your lifestyle today. It is very important to see, do you eat right? Do you give the body its diet of exercise, meditation? Your body needs it. Exercise is a diet of your body. You don't give it, so you'll be devoid of the benefits in the first place, but you will also be facing punishments from your body to you in the form of fatigue, and many kind of disease. You'll see your cholesterol level is disturbed, your body is just not feeling good, you're feeling low, so many factors. So you have to keep a check of what you're eating, at what time you're eating. Are you doing regular exercise? Are you taking care of your mental well-being? Are you actually giving your body the things that are essential for it? So today, check your lifestyle. Step 3. Do you take in the right information, not just for your school, university, or work, the information about humans, people you love, human behavior? Did you read something good? Did you nourish and nurture your soul today? When I was a young girl, there were always news of molestation, kidnapping in media and newspaper. I used to get so scared, and whenever I used to go out, I used to be scared. Imagine if I wouldn't have came across this information. I don't say don't be aware of it. What is happening around you, you need to know that. But a child doesn't need to know everything, as they don't know so many other aspects of life, and they believe the little things they say, and it becomes a part of them. Life will teach you things itself at the right time, so no need to rush. You are always in a rush to be ahead, in a rush to know everything. But the right information at the right time is very essential for you. So check, are you giving yourself the right information? Not for your work and your life outside, for your life inside. Are you telling your body how to be healthy? Are you reading something good that tells you how to be happy? Are you listening to something wonderful that soothes you from inside? So that is the diet of your soul. You have to check today if you're doing this. Step 4. What you see in others. That's a very brilliant question, isn't it? Whenever you see somebody, you have thoughts in your head. Be aware of what you say and think about others you meet. Did you see anything positive or not? If not, try harder and look for it today. Just one good thing in the other person. Now see, this is so problematic because it is so simple. See beauty in everything. The other day when we have the interview on gratitude with Dr. Joanna Sutta, she said be grateful for everything around you. See beauty in everything around you. In that everything, it comes the humans as well, right? You meet so many people. Your family, for instance, they are the closest one. Your friends, your colleagues, your customers. You never know. Always have one positive thought. I'm not asking for much. It is for you. Just one thing. For example, maybe the way they stand, what they're wearing, the way they're speaking. Anything, just one positive thought, and that will change your life and change you from inside, because that will create positivity inside you. And that would be shown on your face, in your body language, in everything. So today, whosoever you meet, whosoever is in your life, generate positive thoughts for them. Then, step 5. When you're hurt because of someone, remember to heal yourself right there and then. So that one incident doesn't make a nest inside you. Remember, you cannot control things outside or control any person's behavior towards you. People behave according to their mental and physical state. We are all in the same boat. For example, suppose your friend lashed out on you or said something that you didn't like, and for no apparent reason. You'll be hurt. You'll get angry. You'll start questioning your friendship, and one thought will lead to another. In that situation, tell yourself, I'll deal with it later. There might be something that I'm unaware of, so I'll look at it later on, but I'll let it go for now. When you develop the capability to calm yourself in the moment, your thoughts will be driven towards the right direction, the direction you want them to be driven in. So take the charge. Be calm in those situations. That's it, just for that time. Talk to the person, see what else is happening, and then respond. Otherwise, do not let your brain take the charge and drive you towards negative thoughts. No. Step 6, and the major step. Ask yourself, will it matter in 5 years? Whatever the negative thought is about, you never know. Maybe you're telling, oh, I'm not worth it. Oh, I'm a loser. All these thoughts are invoked by some trigger, some memory, some experience. Ask yourself, will this memory, this experience matter in 5 years? Trust me, it won't. Most of the time, like 99.999% times, it really won't matter. If you look back in your life, things that actually mattered were never a problem, and things that were a problem didn't really matter at this point of time. So, always be calm and tell yourself it's okay. And if it is not going to matter in 10 years or 5 years, do not waste your time on it. Do not let any negative thought enter your brain because of that particular thing. Follow these steps whenever a negative thought kicks in, and I am sure things will change for you. Because I can speak for myself, they did change. Share your experience with me through our website, that is truth-bliss-consciousness.webador.co.uk, or you can email me at truth.bliss.consciousness@gmail.com. I am hoping that today's episode will tell you a little bit more about how you feel, what kind of thoughts are in your brain, and I am sure once you are aware and once you focus on them, it will change your life totally. Let us find ways to make this life filled with the essence of truth, bliss, and consciousness, one step at a time. So listen to TBC You and Me every Monday on all the music apps and on YouTube. I'm trying to bring up one topic at a time. The intent is for us to speak together and grow together.